welcome to week 23. After unifying our heads and hearts, we are here with the final chapter, learning from the masters, expanding our communication from our higher self to available masters who can guide us on our journey with their experience. Because our higher self is the whole source of all-knowing intelligence. But still, masters have their unique experience of their journey where they realized their wholeness, their perfection. So we are here to learn from the masters, and we are all open for that. So let's get into this final chapter. Before that, take a moment. Ji.
Can I read it?
Yes. Yes, Grace ji.
Can I read it? The chapter?
Sure. Just take a moment, close your eyes, and be here fully with a slow, long, deep breath in and out. Become one with your breath. Feel your heart space. Smiling within, open with the gift of unified, already in space of gratitude to Babaji for connecting us with our own higher self. Thank you, Babaji, for guiding us on this journey and for being there always to resolve our conflicts, to bring more clarity, for better understanding as your support. We are all open to receive today's chapter. Just say that I am ready and open to receive love from Babaji to make this life better, fulfilled to the ultimate. You may open your eyes. Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome, Shailesh ji. This is all yours now. Today, Grace ji wants to read.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to welcome all of you. And we will go on this journey of something which is somewhat difficult to comprehend, but be with your heart, right? Just be with your heart and listen to the explanation. You will be able to catch the real message coming in this chapter, right? So let me share. Yes, Grace, yeah, you can do that. I will just
let us thank Anna for this beautiful reading, because when she was recording and she sent this audio, and we just realized, both of us realized that this was her best, and it only when you hear that, it makes a lot of sense just by listening to it. So she was literally, we can feel that, guided to do that.
Yes. Yeah, she read it really beautifully. In fact, as I was playing this recording of the chapter, I thought, well, if there is no one to read today, I will rerun this thing. It's so slowly and properly.
Well paced.
Yeah, good. So let's hear Grace Ji now.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And sorry, I interrupted because I wanted to grab the chance before someone else says I wanted to take it. So that's why I did it. Sorry for that.
No problem.
Okay. So, 23rd week, learning from the masters. God is light. I am the light of the world. You have heard it said, light is just another way of looking at love. For light is merely love in its first strings to manifest, or stirrings to manifest. Light is also that most unifying field of physics, Light is that universal energy that permeates and is everything. God is light. Light is love.
Yes. So, learning from the masters, the very title, like Preeti was saying, well, when we are connected with our higher self, then what is the need to talk to masters? They all are connected with all knowing intelligence, right? So, why do we need to learn from the masters? Um, During the last 3 days, as we were working with the Hindi group and explaining this chapter, you guys are really benefited because a lot of opening of deeper knowledge happens during those 3 days of speaking with the Hindi group. So, why do we really need to listen to other masters when the knowledge is the same? Think about your own life so far. We hear the same message from several people and only from one person it strikes. It clicks, right? That is the difference in frequencies. Essentially, the message is same, but when you connect with somebody, someone's way of telling you, someone's language, someone's energy is such that it clicks with you. That is the reason why we listen to several masters. All of them have been saying the same thing, pretty much, right? Any one of the living masters also, when you listen to them, you get the same message. You say, oh yeah, this is there in unified book, right? This is the feeling everybody gets. Oh, I listened to such and it's given in unified book itself. So essentially, the knowledge is still the same, but the way it is presented to you, it may click, right? That's the purpose of listening to different masters. So, to prepare us for understanding the concept of who those masters are, what those masters are, we are now beginning from the very fundamental of the learnings in this book. God is light, right? So we learned this thing, right? In chapter 1, we said God is love, God is light, right? And then we hear so many people say, I am the light of the world. Many people say that, right? I am light. People call themselves light workers, right? So many ways in which people express this very reality that we are all light, right? So we've heard this, but then how do I conceptualize this? How do I explain this to my mind? What is this, right? So, light is just another way of looking at love. He starts there, right? It's just another way of looking at the very fundamental of our creation, love, right? And for light, why is he saying that? For light is merely love in its first stirrings to manifest. So when light wants to manifest itself, it just stirs and starts to manifest. It is nothing but love. That's what he's saying here. Light is also that most unifying field of physics. So in physics, when we talk of unifying field, that field is again light. Light is that universal energy that permeates and is everything. So it permeates everything and itself is everything. God is light, light is love. So essentially, we are trying to establish the basis that light is not different from love. It is just another way of looking at love. Yeah. Please read now. Yeah.
So are you, that light. You are made in the image of God. You are light. That same light that is God. That same light is everything. That same light is love.
Right. So what here now he is connecting us with everything too, right? We tend to forget, oh yes, everything is light. Light permeates everything, right? But that everything includes me. That part he is saying here. So are you, right? That light. And you are made in the image of God. You are light, and that same light that God is. Right? There is no difference. The same light that God is. Just sit and mull over this one sentence. This is one very deep sentence. It really shakes your foundation of belief system. Right? What does it say? That same light that God is.
Yeah.
I am that same light that God is. Just when you begin to digest this, the meaning of this sentence, you start feeling oneness. Actually, this is really, it's going to begin to remove the differentiation that we always live with. That same light
O-
is love, right? So beautifully said. Yeah.
Only in this small, tiny bit of you called physical do you not appear to be light, even though, in truth, even your physical body is light. Your physical body is indeed a very small part of your being. It is a beautiful vehicle for this physical plane. It locks you into time and space. It is because of the physical body that you are here now, here and now, this time and this place. It is here and now that you can learn that your true identity is God's light.
Okay. So, as you are reading, Grace, I am getting deeper meaning, deeper insight. So, uh, only in this small, tiny bit of you called physical, the physical, do you not appear to be light. So this not appear to be light, what does this really mean? What it means is that we have a definition of what light is. Each one of us, right, thinks, well, when the bulb turns on, we get light. When sun comes out, we get light, right? But are these two the same? Or can light be present in any other way, shape, or form? Not just that bright piece of thing, right? Can it be present? Because it is permeating into everything. It is everything, he's saying, right? The same light is everything. So, any form that we see physically is also light. That's what he's saying. Your physical body may not appear to be like light, because we think light is that brightness, right? But when we start rethinking our own definition of light, when you think of everything as energy, light is energy, and your being is also energy. And that's where you begin to start connecting the two, right? Your physical body is indeed a very small part of your being. It's a very small part, right? We know that, right? From the beginning, we are knowing that our lower self and higher self was basically that separation. The one that you can see is a very small part, tip of the iceberg. And the part of me that I can't see is my higher self, right? That's how we had the initial demarcation. So this one is only tip of the iceberg, the physical one that we see, the body. And what is its purpose? It locks you into time and space.
Yeah.
So it is basically a mechanism. It's a vehicle. It locks you into time and space. It's our vehicle for presenting ourselves or experiencing this physical plane. This is what this body is, right? Now, we are trying to understand light and our body. These are the two things we are talking about. So, how my body is light. This is what we are learning now. This body, the purpose of this body is for me to be able to travel to earth, this physical plane. We usually in spirituality we don't call it earth because physical plane can exist beyond the earth too. So we say in a physical plane where there are shapes and forms. So it's a beautiful vehicle for this physical plane. It locks you into time and space. In this physical plane, we are always in the form of dimensions, physically, distance, right? Size. And then we have the concept of time. It is something is born and something dies. So that time, it is because of the body that you are here and now.
Yes.
Here and now are two elements of space and time. Here is the space, time, right? Now. So here and now can be experienced only through the body. Remember this. It's a beautiful thing here. He is simply connecting the body to light. Now, here and now, this time and this place, right? So it is here and now that you can learn that your true identity is God's light. So what is the meaning of learning? When we learn something, we say, oh, the bulb is on, right? I now know. When in a dark space, when you switch on the light, you begin to see everything. Everything comes into existence for you just because of presence of that one ray of light. So understand this thing. So this body helps us know time and space. That's why it is light. It is equivalent of something that makes me know, that helps me know, and that is light. It brings me out of my darkness. So this body is a vehicle. That way the body is just equivalent of light that makes things visible to me, that makes me know about the things, right? So that's in those terms, when you think about it, then your physicality around you, it all feels like, oh, it's making me know, it's making me experience, right? Everything around you is making you learn. And that is what you are lighting the lamp of knowing. That's the meaning of this, right? So understanding light this way. Now, it's not just a ray, it's not just some brightness. It can be anywhere, anything. Everything is light. Okay? That's the concept here. Okay.
Your body is a perfect expression of the divine on this plane. This nervous system is your onboard computer hardware. Through it, you grasp all the love and godness that surround you. Through your physical body, you learn to transcend the very reason of the body, the here and now, time and space.
Right. So he uses words very beautifully here. Our goodness and godness. He's saying they are pretty much the same thing, right? Goodness and godness. So body is our perfect expression of the divine. So we know this thing, right? Everything, everyone here is an expression of that divine, that love, right? Love expressing differently that we can see and observe. And this nervous system is our onboard computer. That means in the physical body, our nervous system is almost like a computer that makes things work. Through it, you grasp all the love and godness, right, that surrounds you. The process of learning happens through that onboard computer. And through your physical body, you learn to transcend the very reason of the body. Isn't it so beautiful? Through the physical body, you learn to transcend the very reason why the body was given. So, like I say many a times, right? You've heard me say, we use the mind to transcend the mind.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing here. We use the body to transcend the experience for which the body was made. And what was that experience? To experience time and space. That is the purpose of the body. It's a vehicle for experiencing time and space. So, the reason of the body is here and now, time and space. So we use the body to transcend the very purpose of its existence. So beautifully explained here. Yeah.
In reality, you are a body of light without boundaries. Yet, in that body of light, you are unique, and an individual manifestation of God, good. At the center of your being, you are a more concentrated form of light, but your own light permeates all of creation.
Yes. So now he is
Okay.
helping us conceptualize like uh, our existence as light. So what he's saying, in reality, you are a body of light without boundaries, right? So when you see a body of light, let's say a small um, shape or so, shape has boundaries, but this our existence as a body of light has no boundaries also. So on the first day when I was explaining this in Hindi, I was confused with this thing, like how can you have a form without a boundary? So this is what he's trying. That's why the purpose of writing without boundaries is to tell us that you are a body of light, but you don't have boundaries. So that body of light which doesn't have boundaries, it is limitless. That's who we are, each one of us, right? But we are also unique, right? Yet in that body of light, you are unique and an individual manifestation of God or individual manifestation of good, right? We, each one of us is an individual, unique expression of the divine. So at the center of your being, you are a more concentrated. So at the center, we are concentrated, but as we move away from the center, we are not as, we become lighter and lighter, right? So, but your own light permeates all of creation. So, my light is not different from God's light or any other light. Or the characteristic of light itself is to permeate anything and everything. Everything that exists, the light permeates. That's how we say that I am omnipresent. That's the meaning of this. How can I be omnipresent? I permeate everything and anything. That's how I connect with anything and everything. That this is something to be understood. So think of light like a bunch of smoke, right? Smoke doesn't have defined boundaries. It keeps on expanding and expanding and expanding. At the core of it, at the center of it, it is thick, but as it expands, it just dilutes, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It persists, it remains. So that's how we are. Our existence is like that. We permeates everything that is available. So like right now, if I want to say, well, okay, I'm experiencing black hole. I am there. Right now, right at this moment, I am experiencing black hole. I'm there. Why? Because I am light. I permeate anything and everything that exists. Okay. So, but your own light permeates all of creation. So you are no different. He's trying to make us understand that we are no different. Each one of us, even though we are unique expressions, but the light part of us, the love part of us is still the same. That the very basis of our being is not different. Okay.
That body of light is your higher self. It is more brilliant, more stunning, more beautiful, and brighter than you can imagine with physical eyes. It has colors not yet perceived. It is truly the full glory that is God, and all that is you. God Himself is no more beautiful and no more extensive because you are made in the image of God. That light is reality. Anything perceived at less than the full value of that light is at most a reflection of it. When we see when we see a glimpse of the reflection, our lives change. That is the purpose of this course, to perceive at first that reflection.
Right. So the purpose, now he is explaining the purpose of what's the purpose of light, right? So the body of light is your higher self. Now we relate that body of light, that who we are, each one of us is our own higher self. And it is more, and now he's saying it's more brilliant, more stunning, more beautiful and brighter than you can imagine with physical eyes. So our physical eyes have limitation. They can only see within a band of frequencies, spectrum, right? So he says, beyond your physical eye's ability to see, you are that. You are much more beautiful, much brighter, and much more brilliant and stunning. So it has colors you you have not yet perceived. So there are colors more than the colors that our eyes can see, and that those colors exist in your higher self as well. It is truly the full glory that God and all that is you. Right? Now he's again digesting this will be difficult. So what it is? Okay, your higher self. Now he's talking about my higher self, right? He says God himself is no more, it has colors you not yet perceived. It is truly the full glory that is God. Right? So that higher self is full glory that is God. And that is you. So he is bridging that gap that we have had so far, that I am made in the image of God. There was still God and me, right? Now he's saying that's you. That is no different. There is no separation there. That full glory that you are is God, and that is you. He's brought us all along through 23 weeks of practice to this point where we begin to feel oneness with God. That concept of God is to change from in our thinking process. That's the purpose of this whole journey. We are learning to change that concept of God and understand it in a different way. Right? God himself is no more beautiful and no more extensive. Because no more means when he says no more, that means he's comparing to your existence as higher self, right? So God is no more beautiful than higher self. Me, my complete existence, including my higher self, God is no more beautiful, no more extensive. Because you are made in the image of God. So image and God are the same. So beauty and size, part of it he is explaining here, is still the same. That light is reality. So every sentence he is written here has got really depth in it. You got to just think about it. Your own concept of reality, whatever that is, right? He says that light is a reality. What is your reality? Think about your reality. Your reality is your physical body and things around you, the people, the objects, and the plant life, the animals, birds, all that you can see. That's what your reality is, right? We think that is real. But think about it. In the darkness, where does that reality go? Think about a situation where there is no light. Then what happens to your reality? It vanishes, right? So it becomes from manifest to unmanifest. In darkness, everything, even though it exists, it is not manifested for me. My manifestation of reality happens only when there is light. And where it is coming from is a secondary question. Presence of light is necessary for a reality to appear, to manifest, right? My reality exists only with the presence of light, right? The light is reality, is saying it, that light itself is reality. So anything perceived at less than full value of that light is at most a reflection of it. So you have the sun, the rays of the sun, in full brightness, and then there is a reflected ray of sun's light that is bright enough for you to be able to see in the house, right? When you are sitting in the house, there is sun outside. All that you are getting into the house through the windows is only a reflection of sun's rays, and that is good enough for you to be able to see everything, right? So that's what he's saying. Anything less than the full value is only a reflection of that light, right? And that when we see a glimpse of that reflection, our lives change. Suddenly, everything becomes real. That is a change, right? Without that light, everything, even though it was there, for me, it wasn't there. And when that reflection of that brightness came to whatever small value, it changed my reality. And that is the purpose of this course, to perceive at first that reflection. So through this course, we are only seeing one reflection of that. And that is making such a big difference in our perception of reality, our own understanding of reality, our own experiencing of reality. All that is changing just through that little glimpse of that light that's coming through the book to us, through the course, right? This is how powerful that light is. Okay.
Great telescopes of the world scan the heavens for truth about the cosmos. They use great mirrors that reflect and amplify the light of the sky. The reflection of a small star becomes volumes in the annals of astronomy.
Right. So, to give an example, he says, how important is that reflection of light? To be able to see a distant star through a telescope, what is the principle? A reflected light only, right? We only get a reflected light when light falls on that star or planet or whatever that body is, and it travels through the telescope, through the mirrors to my eye, then I am able to see it. So that one reflection becomes such a big revelation in the field of astronomy. Wow, we found a new star, right? That's such a big revelation. So he's saying even that one little reflection becomes knowledge for us. We get to know something completely new. So this is the significance. What he's talking about is light, whether it is in its full value or as a reflection, it still holds the same importance. That's what we have to understand from here. Yeah.
It is the same for you. You search for your light, which is vaster than the heavens. When you see a reflection of just one ray, you are exhilarated and renewed. That one reflected ray is enough to dispel your darkness. It is enough for you to taste yourself. It is enough to introduce truth. It is enough to bring to you the experience of God's qualities.
Yeah. So we isn't it this so beautifully kind of concluding the learnings that we have so far, right? So when we are searching for our light, means what are we searching? When we now we are thinking in terms of knowledge, right? Light is knowledge. It makes us see reality, right? That is the purpose, meaning of light here. So which is vaster than the heavens. And when I am looking for my light, right, I am searching for something which is vaster than the heavens. And when you see a reflection, just a reflection of that, right? So physically you are not able to see your light, but you see reflections, momentary reflections in your knowing. That is your light. Nothing else. You say, oh, I got it, right? Those aha moments, they are all glimpses, the small reflections of your own light, your own knowing, right? And that one reflected ray is enough to dispel your darkness. Your darkness is what? Not knowing, right? Not witnessing the reality. That is my darkness. So even one ray of that light, that is your inner knowing, is good enough to dispel your darkness, right? Darkness cannot exist if there is light. It is enough for you to taste yourself. It is enough to introduce truth. Because when light is on, you can actually see what's there. That becomes your truth, right? So it is enough to introduce truth. It is enough to bring to you the experience of God's qualities. When you see things, you are feeling that awe, wow. That is God's qualities you are experiencing. God expressing through everything. That's the experience you get when you are able to be in that light. That is the significance of light in our existence. And since we are light, we are able to experience things. Without being the light, experience would not even happen. Okay. Yes.
By the systematic and daily practice of these lessons, you have begun to see the light of yourself. Even if just a reflection, it is the glimpse of what is truly you, what is your nature. This course is the telescope for your ever expanding awareness of your heaven.
Right. So through this course, we are doing it in bits and pieces, right? By practicing every lesson, through every lesson, we are seeing a small glimpse of our light. Through every lesson, every practice, we just see one more small glimpse of our vastness, our greatness, our divinity, our being the all-knowing intelligence, right? That we are seeing in drops, right? Through this course. And even if it is just a reflection, it is a glimpse of what is truly you. What is your nature, our true nature. We are now learning about ourselves, right? And this course is the telescope. He says through the telescope you are able to see your ever expanding awareness of your heavens. So each one of us has an understanding of our heaven, my heaven, maybe different from your heaven, but whatever that is, through the telescope of this course, we are able to see it closer. We are coming closer to it. We are able to see details, understand. The knowing is happening. So he is comparing that thing to a telescope. So till now, till we started reading this book, everything was far away and invisible to me. Now through the telescope, that thing is visible to me. I can see the detail, I can feel it, I can now know it, right? That's the purpose of the telescope. It brings me closer, right?
Your light is light, weightless. It defies gravity. It floats and permeates everything. It guarantees your oneness with all. Even your awareness of one ray of your light is enough to tell your whole story. Just one ray of the perfect laser light tells its whole story, and just one section of the hologram gives its whole picture. This natural phenomenon repeats itself for you. Know just one of your light rays, and you know your whole self. That one ray has written it all truth, has within it all truth, all knowledge, all of God's perfection, all love, and all of God's qualities.
Right. So he is now giving more characteristics of light. The word light itself has two meanings, right? The brightness and then the weight. He says that also is the characteristic of your light. You are actually weightless. You defy gravity as light. You defy gravity of the earth. right? Um, your light permeates everything, it flies, it floats, it guarantees your oneness with all. When you are everywhere, that means you are one with everything, right? You are so light. So light means, think of it like if you have a torch, you have 1 kilogram of something on the balance, you throw a light on that, whatever that thing is, its weight doesn't increase, it is weightless. So adding light to something doesn't increase its weight, but it increases your reality. You now start seeing it, right? With, because of the light, you can see that it doesn't add to the weight of it. Light is all, it floats everywhere, it permeates into everything, it goes through everything, and that's how it is one with everything. It is weightless. So even your awareness of one ray of your light is enough to tell you the whole story. Now he is adding awareness to the light. Think about it. Even though there is light on the street, if I am not paying attention to that light, I will still not see it. Right? So my awareness is the key thing. Light is the characteristic, it exists, it's there outside, but my awareness is elsewhere. I am looking into the darkness, even though there is light out there. Then what happens? My awareness is not there, I can't see it then, right? So even your awareness, so if you bring your awareness to even one ray of your light, it's enough to tell your whole story. There is a very beautiful story in the Upanishads about, I forget the name of the people. I'm very not very good at remembering the stories in detail, but I remember the essence of the story. So there is this one very learned man. He sends his son to the gurus for learning everything that is possible to learn. And after several years of that process of learning, the son is returning to his house, and the father sitting outside the house, he sees his son coming. First thing that he asks him, okay, now have you completed your education? He says, yes, father, I now know everything. He said, okay, then tell me, what is that one thing by knowing which everything can be known? He said, that I do not know. He said, then you go back. You got to learn that one thing by knowing which everything can be known. That is the story. I forget that. I think it is related to the Brahma Vakya called Tattvamasi, right? That is the kind of association. But all I'm saying is, knowing that one thing is the key to knowing everything. That sort of a structure of knowledge is what is described here. So even that one ray of, even that glimpse of myself tells my whole story to me. So we can know about our reality, our totality, just by knowing little bit about ourselves. That is how we are structured, just like a hologram. You look at one piece of that picture and you see the whole picture. You divide that whole hologram into small parts. Each part will be still complete like the whole, the total picture. So know just one of your light rays and you know your whole self. So knowing one light ray of myself is enough. That one ray has within it all truth, all knowledge, all of God's perfection, all love, and all of God's qualities. So what he has described here is that one ray has within it. And that one ray, what is it part of? It's part of me. It is my one ray. So what does this tell me? That I am made from all of the truth, all of the knowledge, all of the God's perfection, all love, and all of God's qualities are within me only. Through that one ray of light of me, I know that is me, it's part of me. Yeah, so Preeti ji has clarified here story of Shwetaketu. Correct. That story I told about was story of Shwetaketu. Okay.
Many of God's children know their true nature and live the light. Some never lost contact with it. They never separated themselves from their source. Others have returned to their true nature, true state, in much the same way that you are returning. Wherever their history, they are helping you in every way you let them.
Right. So now after one knows about that one ray, right? That one thing which tells everything about me, right? Once I know that, then what happens to me? So what he says, many of God's children are in that state already, right? They know their true nature and live the light. Live the light. They live like that all-knowing intelligence. They live the light means what? The one that knows everything, right? Light is knowing. So some never lost contact with it. Some of those masters were always in contact, and some switched into that mode through their experience in life, right? So they never separated themselves from their source. Others have returned to their true state in much the same way that you are returning. So some masters, some of those people that we call masters, some of them were right from their being here, they have remained connected and known themselves, their true nature, and some have been returning to that like all of us are doing now. We are returning to the light, the knowing of ourselves, right? That's what we are doing. Whatever their history, they are helping you in every way you let them. So if you let them help you, they are still helping you, right? They are helping you in what? In returning to your own reality. That's what they are doing. Whatever their history, they are still helping if we let them. If we don't let them, no, I want to continue to sleep for some more time. Don't throw this torch light on my head. Then they will say, okay, enjoy your sleep, right? This is what it is. Yeah.
There are many names for these souls: masters, the enlightened, the holiness, avatars, and highly evolved souls, to name a few. The important thing is to remember that they are the same as you. Of course, their awareness is complete, for they know that they are bodies of light made in God's image. They live to their full potential.
Correct. So we call them in with so many names: masters, enlightened ones, holiness, avatars, and all the kind of names that we have given to such of those people. But what is important for us to now know is that they are no different from me. They are the same as I am, right? That's the most important thing to learn here. Of course, their awareness is complete. The difference is only in the awareness. They are aware of their true nature, and I am now returning towards that all-knowing, right? So, for they know that they are bodies of light made in God's image. They live to their full potential. Full potential is what? Living with God's qualities. That's my total potential. Living with God's qualities. Living to my qualities, which are God's qualities. So when I live to my full potential, that is what I become. I become one of these masters. I become like them. I am now able to know my true nature. And that's the journey we are on through this course. That's our journey. All right.
It is very important to grasp that they are the same as you. Some have a physical human body and are here and now to help you. Others are not here and now with a physical body. They simply guide and teach from a different level, where you also exist.
Isn't it so beautiful? He adds little snippets at the end of sentences which make you wonder, wow. Right?
Yeah.
So, what he's saying is that some of these people are in bodies and some are not. Right? But what is important for us to grasp here is that they are no different from us, whether they are in body or not. Those in body we can relate to, we can see them, we can hear them, we can be in their company, etc. But there are others whom we cannot see, and he says they simply guide and teach from a different level. The ones who are not in body, they simply guide and teach from a different level where you also exist. Isn't this beautiful? So, I exist. What he is trying to confirm here is you exist beyond your body. So, your existence beyond the body is in touch with all those masters who are not in body. And we have access to them. So, it is important to grasp that they are no different from me. And they are all helping me in my own self-realization journey, knowing myself, right? They are all helping at all levels. This is such a wonderful knowing. Just knowing this itself gives you so much confidence in your self-realization journey. Well, okay, I am supported, I am looked after, I am taken care of, not only physically but also in another plane where I can't physically see. Right? That's how beautiful this thing is. Right? Right.
There are thousands and thousands of such masters helping mankind now. They have taken on the burden of bringing mankind back to wholeness, of making all of mankind unified with mankind's higher selves. Name of some of these masters may be familiar. Jesus, Muhammad, the Buddha, and Babaji are a few. There are also a whole host of masters now on earth with followers. Some are well known, others are known only to a few. In every instance, their role is the same, to lead mankind gently to divinity.
Right. So that's their purpose, right? All these masters who have known, who have lived to their full potential, their purpose is only one, right? To bring the entire mankind to their divinity. And how will that happen? By becoming unified with their own self. So that's what the purpose, each one of these people, if you look at the history of all the names that he has mentioned here, what have they been doing? They've only been talking about being unified in their own way. So some people like Jesus's way of telling the same message. Some people like Babaji's way of telling. Some people like Buddha's messages. Ultimately, all that they are doing is doing only one thing: bring the mankind to being unified. That's the purpose, right? And there are thousands and thousands of them. Some are physically here, they are famous and popular, well known, right? And then there are some who are not even known to anybody, but they are all doing the same work. Now, some who are known only to a few, what does this really tell you? That they are functioning in a different manner. Their there are need, I would say, there is demand for such masters also, who don't tell a lot, but whose presence makes everything happen. Just but think of a candle in a dark room. Candle doesn't do anything. It keeps burning itself, lighting itself, and its presence creates light in that area, which makes others, enables others to be able to see reality. So there are lots of them, and thousands of them actually. The popular ones are only a few who have large following, because many people were able to connect to the message from them. So they have large following, but there are others who don't have following. Just understand this thing. It's important that the differentiation that we make is not right. They are not different. All of them are beings of light, like us, like me, right? Very important. And we are on that journey now. Our lamp is lit. Through this course, we have lit the lamp. Now what we have to do is keep growing that light. Keep growing and expanding that light, allowing it to expand. So, please read here. Yeah.
These masters are living fully with their bodies of light. Their presence, with or without a body, brings an upliftment. Love pulsates everywhere. Joy and happiness drown out problems. Enlivened energy exudes. It is no wonder people flock to be around the masters who have a physical body.
Right. So just the presence of these masters. Think about it. When we are saying these are enlightened beings, means what? They are living to their full potential. They are, and what is that full potential? God's qualities. So when they are living with God's qualities, then what is happening? Their presence itself brings those God's experience of the God qualities around them. Just their presence. And what happens? People want to be around them unknowingly. People just want to be with them, right? And that enlivened energy that exudes from them is what? It is joy, it is happiness. It drowns out all the problems. We forget the problems altogether when we are in the vicinity of these people. And that's why people flock to be around the masters that have physical body. Just because of the presence, right? That is another important thing, right? Once they know, when they start living to their full potential, they stop doing things. Important. I am just injecting a thought. Those who live to their full potential stop doing things. Know this. Think about this more. You will understand the depth of it. Okay. Yeah.
This week's lesson is to expand your communication to include one or two of these masters. This is nothing new to you. You have been guided and prodded by them all your life. No doubt, they are the reason that you found this course appealing.
Yes. So this week's lesson is to expand your communication with such of these masters. Now, right? Now we have to utilize this communication. Right in the beginning, I said communicating. Why do we need to talk to these masters or communicate with the masters? Why do we need to? Because there may be things that will click when I hear from one of these masters. Right? Their way of telling. Knowledge is still the same, but some part of that knowledge may not have clicked in me, and through somebody's message it may click. That's the purpose of communicating with different masters, right? So we need to now expand. This week what we need to do, expand this communication with one or two of these masters. To begin with, you can start with one or two of these masters. This is nothing new to you. You have been doing it actually. You have been guided and prodded by them all your life. They have been doing this to you unknowingly. But now we will do it knowingly, right? They are the reasons why you are participating in this course. So there must have been some master who encouraged you, who injected this thinking in you, whose talk appealed to you to tread on this path. Self-realization. I want to know more about me. Right? This quest starts from some triggers, and one of these masters may have triggered this within you. Right? So unknowingly it has got triggered, and you find this course appealing. Wow, yeah, this is a nice course. I need to learn more about what is being taught here in Unified. All this comes from the background prepared by these masters. They have been helping us. Unknowingly, we have been benefiting from their help. Okay.
The procedure for communicating with a master is the same as that for communicating with your higher self. During your quiet period, ask your higher self if there is a master who wants to communicate with you. If you get a no signal, try later when the conditions may be more favorable. When you get a yes, ask the master to feed you his or her name. Listen, when you think you have the name, ask your higher self using the yes and no signals. You may also ask to have the name spelled for you using the movement of your eyes and using the movement of your yes and no signals to tap out the alphabet. The name may be as familiar as Jesus, or it may be totally foreign to you. Then ask the master to give you a signal, sit comfortably and relaxed, and wait for it. This is the same procedure you used in getting your higher self signal. It can be a movement, a sensation, a vision, a sound, or anything that is involuntary and easily recognized by you. Check that signal with your higher self and your yes and no signals. When you have a clear, verified signal, you can communicate. Speak out what comes to you, checking periodically with your yes and no that what you are speaking out is accurate. Continue until you feel that the communication is over and that the master says it is over. Again, using your yes and no signals.
Right. So this is a long paragraph, but this is the whole process he has explained what we have to do during this week, right? So this is about the quiet period practice. So the process is no different from the process we use for our higher self, right? When we communicate with the higher self in our quiet period, there are steps we follow. We still have to follow all these steps till the point where we start with sitting quietly, centering in the heart, and then clearing our aura, closing our aura, sending love to all thought forms, then getting our higher self signal, right? And once your higher self signal is established, then this process starts. So what does this process include? I will explain to you in a slightly easier way. What this process is there, first what you do is you check with the higher self. Once you have your higher self signal, you check with the higher self. Well, okay, tell me, is there a master who wants to communicate with me, right? If there is a master who wants to communicate with you, then you will proceed. Otherwise, if he says no, there is no master who wants to talk to you, you are a bad boy. Maybe, I don't know why, but that situation should normally not be there, but there could be a situation. So if there is no master who wants to talk to you, maybe I am not ready at this time, so I just become quiet and complete my quiet period. But if there is a master who wants to communicate with me, then I go further. Okay, then I ask the master for what? To give me your signal. Like you ask the signal from higher self, same way you ask the master for a signal. And that signal can be anything, right? Just in the same way, like your higher self signal, it will be something similar, some kind of physical signal. And when you think you have, No, first thing you have to do is ask for the name, then the signal. So first thing is ask for the name of the master who wants to communicate with you, and the name can then come through your knowing, right? Or you can also use the tapping thing. You have alphabets on the table written down, and so you use whatever for tapping and spell out their name, right? That's a little cumbersome, practical, not so practical. But in the knowing, if you get the name, mostly people get the name. So when you get the name of the master, then you ask for their signal, right? And then once you have that, the name may be as familiar as Jesus, or it may be totally foreign to you. It can be anything, right? Then ask the master to give you the signal, sit comfortably and wait for it. So the procedure remains same. Like you got your higher self signal, same way you will get this master signal. Okay. It can be a movement, a sensation, a vision, a sound, or anything that is involuntary, easily recognized by you. And then check that the signal that you, once you get this master signal, ask your higher self whether I got this right. So continuously remain connected with the higher self also while you are doing this practice. Ask for yes and no signal. Once you are assured by higher self, yes, this is the signal of this master, then you know that you are on the right track. Then your higher self signal may vanish also at that time. You will have a different signal from the master whom you are talking with. And then you can use your same technique of yes and no signals to communicate with the master. Well, okay, speak out what comes to you. So when the master is giving you messages, you can keep speaking as you did with the higher self messages. Okay, and then confirm, well, did I get it right? Yes and no, right? And yes and no signals will still be the same as you established earlier with your higher self, right? Continue until you feel that the communication is over. So you receive messages, you receive communication. You may want to ask in between a question relating to that communication, or totally new, whatever. You can do the communication, and then at some point you will feel that the communication is over. Then check, then ask, is the communication over, right? And if the master says it is over, then using yes and no signal, you will get the answer, yes, it's over. That's when you can stop the practice. You can thank the master. We will go through the practice. Preeti will lead us through that. So once the communication is over, we will say thank you to the master and get their permission to close this communication session, right? Also, okay.
Do this every day this week. You may make contact with more than one, but it doesn't matter. All the masters are wholly one with light and love. They all speak the same truth.
Correct. So just know, like I have been saying earlier in this chapter, that speaking to different masters, you only have a different style in which information is coming, but the message is still the same. They all speak the same truth, right? So don't worry about that. Well, okay, I don't know why this person got connected with me. Don't think like that, right? That may be your need for this moment. So these messages will be relevant. They won't be just like anything. When you speak with masters, they give you messages which will make sense to you at this point in time in your journey, right? They are all aware, right? So yeah.
One
Okay.
word of caution is always appropriate. Have your higher self signaled at the beginning of your quiet period and throughout the communication until the master's signal takes its place. Also, employ all the other safeguards against uninvited influences.
Yeah, so that protection thing is very important, keeping the safeguards on. Also, treat these masters respectfully, with gratitude. When you do this communication in the mode of gratitude, you receive the maximum benefit. So know that, right? We can ask them questions and everything. That part is fine because they are no different from me. I know that, right? I now know these masters are the same as me, just their awareness is fully established and mine is opening up. That's the only difference. So, all the purpose of my communication with these masters should normally be to further enhance my awareness. That's the objective, right? How can I utilize this opportunity of speaking with Buddha, for example? How can I use this for my own enlightenment, right? If we are in that direction, we will make best use of it. So being in a state of gratitude while communicating with these masters will be extremely beneficial.
Thank
So
you.
thank you, Gracie, for this beautiful reading. And thank you all the masters for being patient with my explanation. Thank you. Yes. I saw in between Sheelamji had some question or something.
Neelamji had a question. I think I also
Yeah.
responded, but I wrote something which is not clear. Yeah. Actually, with our physical being is our limitation, she is asking. We take this physical form to transcend it. Yeah. So it says your nervous system can experience that love that surrounds you, and that is when you transcend the body.
Hmm.
So if you relate this experience in your meditation, we all can understand it. Without meditation, it's not possible.
And there's one thing I really loved it, like when it says, even a single ray of light is enough to know everything, all the truth, and that took me to that vision of being, which I had, like sometimes, like back then, but that state of in the being, it was just way less than 1 second, right? You just go there and come back, but that gave me the whole truth. So that just one ray told me everything. I don't have to stay there in that, You just jump and come back.
It is a
And
journey, right? So, like,
yeah,
once we realize this little light is sometimes we take many terms when we are in dark, when we are in pain,
yeah,
we see somebody and we get the help. Then we say it's light coming. So the hope, prayer, that knowingness, that awareness, that knowledge. So many ways we know light.
yeah,
So that hope, once it is fulfilled, that knowingness, when it is lit, that awareness, once it is connected, that is enough. Now you are on flow. You are in flow, right? So you can just continue, and you will find the whole and everything you know about yourself, and then you know about the creation. So
yeah,
everything
yeah.
is there.
Wonderful chapter.
The most beautiful chapter of the book. I mean,
I know, trust me. Yeah,
because it is very much connected with chapter number 2 also, because that is where we divided our personality in two selves, the higher self and the lower self. And in last week 22, we united. So Babaji is just telling us to see ourselves in a way that in this body we are light. That is our higher self, which is truly light, which is truly God with all its quality. Now you are one with it. So do not now you do not perceive yourself with this physical, that muscles, bone, and blood. Don't see it that way. See, the light is lit in you, and you are that total light. That aura thing also, right? It is like
yeah, aura.
sun is burning and the light is emanating from all the sides.
Yeah,
It has no limit. It can go further. So
yeah.
um,
That's why like these masters aura, they attract you, right? Because their aura is way more expanded than our, than depending on the awareness, right?
when we visit such places like the high energy places, why we feel that difference? Because it is that love that is expanded that far. Even like I can remember when I went to Hyderabad for the first time, I was like very far from Kartal place, and as soon as I entered, I could feel the difference. The entrance of that Kartal pyramid, I could feel the difference that now I'm home. And presence of it was Patriji's presence, but it was like all there's no worry. I mean, there's no rush. Just be kind of state. It was so beautiful.
Wow. So there can be some masters that are there, but we don't even know their names yet. It's possible, right?
Yeah. They don't express, they don't reveal themselves
Yeah.
until unless we can identify. And the ways of identification are many. Many of us have had this experience of extreme bliss in our meditation. Sometimes we get connected with any gurus, and we feel that we are crying, we are in tears, we are in so much love and gratitude. Sometimes we do not know what has happened. Sometimes the memory from that particular temple would come.
Yeah, yeah.
Then that deity picture will come. So
Yeah.
these are all for us to realize that one little light.
About the names, I would like you to also understand the significance or insignificance of name. When you think of, let's say Buddha. Okay. Now, Buddha, as we know, Buddha was only one incarnation of that particular being, right? Once that um, that body of light appeared as Buddha to us, and we called it Buddha. That's how the name got associated. Now, that body of light could have appeared in so
Different.
many different names known to people differently, right? So, who knows that it was the same body of light that appeared as Patriji? We don't know. So, now when you ask this body of light, what is your name? What will he say?
Mhm.
He will tell you a name that you can relate to, that the language which you understand. That's how they will reveal their name. So don't be too much hung up on the name, because that name is going to mean something to you eventually,
What
right?
I realized when I read this chapter, and here is saying, you take name, then ask yes and no signal, or maybe you can just do word by word, letter by letter, you can identify the word. So I was also thinking that in my personal experience, I was not connected with this kind of wisdom, right? So still I was able to connect masters, and I realized with their teaching, sometimes Krishna's, Gita's verses will come. Sometimes the particular teaching that, you will be able to connect, then you will know, okay, the message is coming from that end. So the whole what is important is that message, not that particular identity. So
Yeah.
it's the particular guidance I needed for that group, maybe for my personal space also. So there could be different reasons they are giving that message.
Yeah. And when you say that, I remember like years ago, the one day I was really like sad about something. And then I slept. And in my sleep, I heard this mantra, and it was coming from far and it was like echoing. And I could hear the entire, and I remember that, what that is. And I still do that. Like sometimes when I'm like not, and as soon as I say it, this works magic for me. So
So
maybe
these
that
are
was
all
from,
that sign of masters, that mantra from that particular chapter, or any particular bhajan or anything like that. So these are all signs they are helping.
yeah. And
And in
also,
chapter, Mhm.
yeah, and also I think when the masters are communicating with you, basically they're lights, right? It's us who are perceiving the message, right? So we perceive obviously in our language that we understand, right? And like in a human body. Otherwise, they are just giving the raises, the vibrations of the message. They're not saying, "Oh, Grace, do this," right?
Very well said. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah,
chapter 18, while explaining group consciousness, it was explained very well that for many, you don't know how many are there behind you, helping you to come this far. So
yeah,
again, Babaji reminded us here Also, while I was reading this, I wanted to relate the higher self concept, because once you are here, if you go back and read chapter 2, it will give you more information about your higher self, because there also the names of masters come, right? So again, here we are connecting with masters, and the significance is what we could know as of now, that our spiritual journey has began long back, and we have been with them, working with them. So we get to understand or connect with them easily, naturally, so that we understand and do as necessary in particular situation.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gracie. It was wonderful. I could see your excitement for reading this chapter today. We'll get into the practice and then we can talk more, because the chapter has just opened today. There are a lot of experiences that you could share from your journey and the way you have seen light in yourself and in others. So after a long time, I visited somebody yesterday and I was so comfortable seeing light in everybody and connecting. I was at much more peace than I was ever before. So as chapter is putting its wisdom, it is transforming, and you could see in your life too. So just important is to keep remembering, practicing, trying to explore, see the world in a newer way. And there is just so many openings after that. So let us get into the practice. Very simple. Shalishi has already repeated very well the step. Ask your higher self, is there any master present? If not, because sometimes we are not available, sometimes we are in rush and we don't have time. So it's not appropriate. So you get a no signal, which is rare, but then you get a yes. Many times you don't even get a name and you get a message. So be aware of all that, and be aware of your higher self signal throughout the practice. But anytime, any discomfort, any pain, any sensation that is uncomfortable, just be aware that you are in that uninvited signal. So clear your aura again and come back to your heart space again. Continue from there. So that practice is now well set in our quiet period. So ask the name, confirm the name with yes and no signal. Then ask your higher self to give a message from the master. And then you receive the message. You can ask again yes and no signal. Before that, you get a master signal. But before message, you have a master signal. So you get that master signal, and then you get the message. Then you confirm with yes and no signal, and then when there's no more thoughts, no more messages coming, you would know that it's ending, and just say thanks and gratitude. All right, thank you. Let us continue. So just be comfortable. You may want to sip little water or just relax, feeling all that you have heard is inside you already. With your in breath and out breath, feel comfortable. We are all connected because we are all one. It's the law of nature to express uniqueness. So we do express this light and love in a unique way. So be comfortable with your breath. And make yourself fully available at this moment to be you, yourself. Knowing that you are no less, no more. We are all one. Even those enlightened beings, those sacred beings we worshipped, we kept them far because we thought we could never do that. We are all one in our heart space. Feel that oneness. And we don't have to do anything to feel that because it's the nature of light. With your in breath and out breath, find your space, your heart space, your home. From where we are connected to everything and everyone, as everything and everyone is light. Feel this love more and more. Find your pulsation and let your body get soaked in it. And your energy field. We are yet to begin our communication with our higher self and the master. So let us clear our channel. To all uninvited influences in my aura, I send love and light. You are each whole and healed. You are each created in love and light. And you are still love and light. No need to be afraid. Do not feel the pain. And I know a perfect place for each one of you to go. And I request my higher self to take you there now. Each one of you go in peace. I set you free. And I close my aura to all except my higher self. To become my higher self. Now I send love and light to all the thought forms around me. Feel that love and light expanding, emanating from your heart space, filling up entire body with love and light and your aura. And the space we are sitting in, the room, the place we are one, is filled with love and light. All the objects, all the things, people around us, let us send love and light. Feel that space. around you. You may not feel your body at this point of time. So what? Just be at the core of your being. That vibration that might be happening with you. That pulsation. And from your heart space, ask the signal for your higher self. My dear higher self, please give me your signal now. Thank for the signal. And become one with your truth. I am made in the image of God. That image, that reflection is no less than God. And I have all the God qualities in me. As I am completely made perfectly with what God made everything. God is love. So I am love. God is light. So I am light. Light that makes me feel love expanded. That light is lit as we are enjoying, celebrating, knowing of our true self. In this body, I am love. I am light. I am happiness, joy, and bliss. God is peace and gentleness. I am peace and gentleness. so that I could hear God's thought, the very first thought that made everything. And I am one with it. God is all-knowing intelligence. So I am all-knowing intelligence. God is everywhere present. I am everywhere present. Now I have this in my experience with day by day practice. I'm growing my awareness of my omnipresence. God is abundance. I am abundance. One with God, one with everything. God is omnipotent, infinite potential. I am omnipotent. I am infinite potential. God is infinite energy, that unbounded experience, vaster than the vast, and tiniest than the tiniest. I am that. Allow yourself to fully integrate and not resist. This light has no limit. I am that unlimited, unbounded, infinite awareness. seeing things happening as it is. God is creator. And so I am a creator in my unique expression of love, expressing that infinite potential with all-knowing intelligence, with love, in all that I do, in all that I think, and in all that I say. Is one with all these God qualities. Then God gave us free will, and God is non-judgmental. So that we can live our perfection. As a unique expression of love and light. God is non-judgmental, so I am non-judgmental. This is the only qualities. This is the only quality takes away all the God qualities from us. And with our lower mind, we need to be completely aware of the judgments we have, and also the why. That why is the key. Because mind plays its games. And only our experience can become that proof to make this mind quiet. Take this moment to send love to all our judgments. I send love and light to all my judgments. Was telling me, reminding me something about myself. So now I live that God is non-judgmental. And so I am non-judgmental. Still making my choices. Without critics. Seeing love in all that I do, all that I am. I am unified as my head and heart is one. My heart is in state of forgiveness and thanks for this life, this journey. So I am open to receive today the messages from the Master. My dear higher self, please guide me how to learn from the Masters. Can you please tell me, is there any Master present to communicate with me? Recognize your yes signal or wait for it at your heart space. You may want to ask again. My dear higher self, please let me know, is there any Master available to communicate with me? If you get your yes signal, let us proceed further with no, just be at your heart space and be aware of your thoughts, that inner voice. My dear higher self, can you please give me the name of the Master who wants to communicate with me? Feel that presence. Confirm the name with yes and no signal. My dear higher self, please give me a yes or no signal if I got the name correctly. Now ask the Master energetic name to give the signal. Dear Master, please give me your signal now. Recognize any sensation, any image, any sound, any voice, any inner knowing, any wisdom from the Master. Now have that signal. You may lose your higher self signal now. And this new signal will be there until the Master is present. Please give me my messages. I'm ready to receive. Be at your heart space and just wait for that. Master's word as your thoughts. Maybe image or a story. You may want to speak out or write it down. Maybe as a vision. You may gently open your eyes and start writing. If you are feeling your heart heavy, Just affirm and recall forgiveness and send love to whoever and whatever comes in your thought. And do your self-acceptance. That I claim my self-acceptance and I accept my self-acceptance. And try to find your heart space again, filled with love and light. You may ask for the guidance again and just start writing all that comes in your thought. It might be just one line. You may ask, did I receive the message correctly? If there are no more messages, please ask, is that all for today? Whoever might have given the message, different masters, but the message is same. To be love, to give love. Life is for giving love. Without any if and buts, shoulds and why. If we'll try to find love, we will see the love. Let us thank the Master for their communication, for their message today. Let us thank our higher self for guiding us on this journey by being always present with love and all-knowing intelligence. I feel whole and complete. I feel my perfection, that I am, as I am made in the image of God. Let us thank Babaji for guiding us today to understand this beautiful chapter, for giving us a new way of seeing things from the root of creation, that is love and light. Now send this love and light to all the loved ones, near or far, and to Mother Nature and Mother Earth. For this expanding communication. I become one with love. I become one with light. I am one with nature, Mother Earth, and all that is. Respecting all path, always, everybody's journey. Now I move on with my own journey of becoming whole with love. My heart is filled with gratitude. In this state. To all, send this love to all your heart, hurts, pains, ego, past, future worries, doubts and anxiety, insecurity, it will be transmuted to love. Breathe in, breathe out deep, inhale and exhale, and I close my aura to all except my higher self. I thank each one of you for being present today, for joining us for this beautiful group energies, for this learning and the journey of becoming unified. Lots of thanks and gratitude to each one of you You may take your time to come back to this body. Feel your hands, your legs, the room, the seat, the space we are sitting in. You may wiggle your toes, fingers. Move your hand gently, open your palms, and keep it over your closed eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. With a few blinks, you may want to open your eyes within your palm with this beautiful smile, with your perfection, this existence. Thank you. Thank you, dear masters. Welcome back. You may take time, sip some water, integrate these beautiful energies. You might have heard the message or might not be able to grasp it, but these are energetically present. So one who have received the message, just ponder on it, think about it, why it has come to you, and just try to explore further what is it saying. And one who has not received anything, no worries, just try to keep writing, keep your notebook pen open, your heart filled with love in the state of receiving. So thank you, Shailesh ji, for such a beautiful explanation of this chapter. We all being light, we all have our own perception, logical understanding, how we understand light. And all that is incorporated in each and every line, which is at times complicated to understand, but we all just need to read and reread to become that. It will open up, reveal, it will connect. Thank you. Thank you.
It is slowly and gradually becoming clearer as we are discussing. In the Hindi group, we have been discussing for 3 days, and today once again we read through the chapter. So it is really helping, even understanding for me also. What I have said today is deeper than what I had known till yesterday. So repeating the chapter is really important. It helps a lot.
And it will happen to each one of us. We just need to keep reading. We will find it connecting to previous chapters, what we have learned so far. And it will help us, that transition becomes easy. So it will help us to transition in that new state, that new being. Now already we are unified. And today with this group energy, I just got this message, so I had to share that many of us has still have keeping hurts and pain in our heart. Some has complaints with our own ego and frustration with our own practice that I'm not there yet. So that is where the message of self-acceptance and forgiveness came, that it is an ongoing process, everyday thing. And anytime, any moment, when you are in awareness, because we have learned to live in that present moment. This chapter talks about it, that, in this present and moment, you are locked in this body to experience this here and now. So that present moment is there for us to be healed, and we can realize our whole self now in this moment. So first we have to release and be free to realize our own that heart state, that calm state, oneness state, and then go further. It's the same higher self communication, the channel that has been guiding us to first become our true self, that no more hurt and pain, in state of total forgiveness and self-acceptance. Then open your heart with all-knowing intelligence, embrace yourself with that all that knowing. And then now you expand furthermore as you communicate. With several masters, you will get the same message. But at this point of time, whatever is relevant.
So you guys are all in the final exam, final test. This whole week you have to test yourself, and um, next week will be sort of conclusion. So just be happy and be grateful. Also, pat your back for having come to this stage of this course, right? Not many people who started the journey have lasted this long. So you guys are all really dedicated. You are really serious about your own life, your own being. So that itself is a big congratulations for all of you. I would like to really, I appreciate the effort that you all are putting in working on yourself for your own growth and development. So beautifully. Thank you. Yes, Jayaji, you can share. Yeah.
Unmute. Okay.
Yeah.
When we were small, we were told that devtas also want to come on this earth to experience the physical, to raise their consciousness or to meet God in that form. Or so many times they showed in the Ramayana and the Mahabharata that they say that they want to go down on earth. So we are blessed to be able to be in this physical form. And it was very nice how you said the time and space, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. Oh, there's so much more within. That was so nice. The other thing is, we have heard when there was a story, Rabindranath Tagore had written the Gitanjali, but he had not had the experience yet. And there was an old man that stayed near his house and kept asking him, "You have written, but have you felt the presence of God?" And he would always avoid this man. So every time he saw the man was not there, he would run out of the house. So one day it rained and he saw a lot of puddles on the ground. And he noticed in every puddle the ray or the reflection of the light, of sunlight. And that's when it clicked to him that no matter how different the puddles are, in every puddle there is the reflection of the sunlight. That's how God is everywhere. So he suddenly felt, and then the old man came in front of him and smiled. He didn't have to say anything because he understood at that time. So you're telling us thank you for following, but fayda to humko ho raha hai na. I mean, the benefit is coming to us. We are enjoying it. Every step of the way, there's something new, there's something clicking, something connecting. You're like, even if you don't feel what you're supposed to feel in the chapter, your connection only takes you to another plane. Your connection only builds that strength, that power within. And then when the kids were small, I would wrap them up, tie them up when they were 30, 40 days only, and take them to satsang whenever I went, every day. That time it was 5 times a week. And so he'd be sleeping by my side and the whole satsang would finish and then he would get up or she would get up, both the kids. So I knew that even if they were not awake in their sleeping state, that energy, that power is there. So my mom always says, Anand ka chashka. Make them feel the bliss, make them feel love, make them feel that ultimate. They will look for it by themselves in their life sometime. But that's what I think, it's just coming back slowly and slowly. And I like that the candle in the dark room, no matter how many years you're in the dark, as once you put on the candle, you can be lit. You can be 50, 60, 70, 10. There's no age. There's no limit. It's just the connection that you suddenly build, and it just moves beyond that. And so many times we were little and we went to satsang, and our guru would sit from 8:30 to 10 in the morning in complete silence. Nobody would say anything, and 10 o'clock everyone would start getting up and leave. They also would get up, and at times I was like, why? I mean, what was the purpose of going? I was waiting for them to say something. So Mama said, one day you'll understand. So that being, that like so many energies sitting together, just being in that space. Yeah. So it's feeling good now. Before I could never sit for meditation. Now when I'm sitting and there's revelation every time, there's an understanding that opens up one step at a time. So it feels good. Yeah. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah. It's always a very, I would say, event of joy for me when I see all of you feeling the growth, feeling that change, feeling the shift. That is always very encouraging for me, because I am only one leg of the table, all other three legs have to be in balance. And that's what I am doing this only for myself. So to me, your growth is my growth. So from that point of view, it's so fulfilling for me to see each one of you grow this way. And it really doesn't matter. The growth will happen at your own pace, in your own time. But as long as it has started, it will keep continuing. So that's the beauty of it.
As you say this, I remember one line from this chapter, that those enlightened masters have taken this burden to guide humanity to divinity, right? So that burden word is like every day I will remember this word. Why not responsibility? Why not anything else? And this burden. So the meaning is here, what he's saying, that he is doing for himself, because they cannot go and just become what they are in that mool chetna, that root, that fundamental consciousness, because we are still here connecting to that. Also, we are holding them. So they have to guide, and it happens as an outcome. We all are benefited, and they're in that journey of that joy of sharing, that joy of us, each one of us. We think that, my awakening is my own personal matter. It's my own responsibility. It should be, that my highest purpose. But universe wait for that time that each one of us awaken, and there's a conspiracy around it. Every time, anything that we just see a little bit, one side of that coin, but there's a bigger picture behind. And we are always guided to become that to realize our own truth. So that master, they are also connected in that space where joy is in giving, in that sharing that enlightenment journey.
Yeah. They keep giving us clues, but they don't wake us up. They only keep giving clues. Waking up is our personal decision. We decide, well, okay, now I want to wake up. Otherwise, I can continue to sleep, and they will be watching us lovingly. Well, okay, enjoy your sleep. Yeah, rest as much as you want to rest. Take as much rest you want. Just do it. Keep sleeping. And when you want to wake up, we are all here, right? So they keep throwing clues, though. Clues through the sleeping state. And those clues, sometimes they would, for some people, they trigger, and then there is a sudden shift that happens. So yeah,
So we are the
nobody.
other three table here. The other three table, that stand, the three legs of the table. We are here.
Each one of us is only one leg of the table. Yes, good, good. Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear Alkaji.
Thank you, Masters, and
Thank
thank
you.
you, Salish
Thank
ji,
you.
for your explanation very beautifully. And thank you, Preeti ji, for the meditation. It was amazing. So, I just want to ask one question. Like as I told you, my yes and no signal was not that clear, not that strong. So, and in this chapter, it said like you need to confirm with yes and no signals. So, um, um, I get signal from my thoughts. My higher self always guide with the thoughts. And so, is it okay if I get through thoughts, or is it like I have to work on yes and no signal again?
It's up to you. You test it. If it is working every time, if the thought is consistently giving you the right results, then your signal is correct, right? You have to test it by yourself. So when there is a yes, if you get a yes signal and you do something based on that, and if that turns out in your favor, then you say yes, okay, fine, that yes was correct,
Mm-hmm.
right? If it's a no and you do something and you get into trouble, you know that okay, that no was correct. So just verify it for yourself by through experience. Within a few days, you will know if that yes and no is working or not. So, right? So yes and no is a very crucial and critical thing for the entire process of communication, because that's the language that we are using here.
Also, I
So
would like to bring your awareness in this signal. You may take 1 year too, because it's a physiological change that has to happen. So we have to just continuously ask and observe, ask and observe. So do not get tired of doing that, and um, work as you go, flow lane flow, as you're saying that I get my signal through thought. You're fine with it, just live with it, but keep trying every morning, every here and now.
Okay.
Just now, just like that, not with any question or any answers, just like that. My dear higher self, I want to learn my yes and so no signal. Please give me your yes signal. Just whenever you are in heart space, if you're traveling, sitting beside really casually with your tea and anything, just ask that. It's nothing big thing, just keep asking, 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 and one day you will connect to there.
you can actually do the testing by yourself. Um, just set aside, let's say, a couple of days. Say coming weekend, you though that weekend dedicate to testing of my yes and no signal. I will do nothing else but test my yes and no signal. And starting in the morning, start doing um, small tests. I will give you examples of tests. Example could be that, well, sit down and ask your higher self, well, today my son is going to wear a green shirt. Yes or no? So if the answer is yes, through your mechanism, you get an answer yes, and your son wears a green shirt, then your answer is correct. These are small things where you are unbiased. It doesn't matter to you whether he's wearing green, red, yellow, whatever.
Hmm.
Having
This
that
type of
clarity.
question, yeah, these type of questions you use for practicing for a couple of days over the weekend, and see make a note, how many responses were correct. That will give
Okay.
you a confidence. Well, okay, my system of signaling is perfectly working. So use such little things. Uh,
But
uh,
remember, like, that awareness is only for understanding. So that clarity is important, because remember that chapter also says that don't just play with the signal, whether it is correct or not. Right? I mean, just do not tweak, and just for fun, don't do it. For validation, you can do it, but not for, keep asking signal, and, not this signal, not that signal. That kind of games is prohibited. If you go and read back the chapter, you'll find this. But this kind of question that Shailesh is prescribing is more for confidence on the signal. So having that intention that I am trusting my signal is more important.
Okay. So I need to work, like keep working on that. Like even if I'm getting signal from my thought, uh, like through thought, so still I should work on that, right?
You
Yes,
have to
Okay,
and
develop a trust
yeah,
on it.
okay, okay,
Yeah. Trusting that signal is more
unified,
important.
because unified is all about signals. If you see, we have 4 5 signals so far, and each and every signals, you will experience more than these. Each and every signal, they help us to be unified. So it is
okay,
very important to have every signal. Although we may not have clear signal in first 6 months or year, it might take a year or two. But just keep asking, keep doing that. And for now, you have another ways also that you know how to figure this out. So keep working like that.
okay.
It's like,
I'm
expanding our own little conscious mind. Like we keep thinking with logical thinking, we try to bring things correct, that this is correct or not. But here, Babaji is trying to say, um, access your subconscious little more. So, like we heard that Einstein was able to access his subconscious to some percent, like 5 7% or 10%, somewhere it says. So that we are growing on that. We are trying to expand on our subconscious access by opening the channels in our body. So it is that the signals are always there, but we are trying to make a sign language kind of thing. So it's very important that we recognize and we create this expansion in ourselves, right? So it's a time-taking process. Just keep doing it.
okay. So both things can go simultaneously, like I'm getting through thoughts, and then if I work on the signals, then I'll start getting the signals. That's fine, right?
You are not going to work on the signal anymore. You have a signal. Now you know you
Mm,
have this signal. Don't
okay.
create new signals. That's what Preeti is
No.
saying. You are
Yeah,
not
yeah,
testing.
I'm not. Yeah,
You
the
just
same
on
signal
that
I'm, yeah.
signal. Now you
Mm-hmm.
verify, validate the signal. To just
Okay.
to get your own confidence. Just validate. Okay, I used the signal for this question and the answer was correct. I used it for this and the answer was correct. Then once you have done it for 8 or 10 things over a period of 2 days, you will know it
Okay.
that your system is working. That's after that you won't have this question at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Masters. I'll keep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kaji. Even the pulsation thing, right? The first chapter, it's not very easy to get it in one day. It takes long time. For me also, it took months. So, but we just keep trying to find that quiet space within us. So these are all physiological changes we'll go through. And we already have many sensations. And sometimes I do not know why it's happening. Still, there are many such signals that I do not recognize why it is happening.
Yeah.
But with thought, with continuous practice, we'll come to know about it.
Okay.
Think,
Maybe I'm
think,
getting more impatient, and
yeah.
I stopped doing that because I was not getting it. So I stopped. I frustrated. Then I thought, okay, I'm getting through my thoughts. So okay, I work on that again.
It's
Keep,
your intuition, right? So you're
yeah.
talking
Mm,
about intuition. So you can do that. But just, I mean, keep one physical signal that is, it's like even though you are unconscious, there is something sitting by your side, right? Some hot patch, or that cold feeling, or feeling of numbness, or some tingling sensation in particular area. These things you
mm-hmm.
will come in awareness, because sometimes
Okay.
we are very much emotional. We do not get messages, and we do not even perceive things as it is, but these
Yeah,
signals
it's
will
true.
remain there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, when you are sitting down for communication, make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you are fully in awareness. If your
Okay.
mind is somewhere else and you are sitting somewhere else, you won't feel the signal at all. You can't observe anything.
Mm,
You are not aligned internally, right? That's a very critical thing also. You, if you are in that state of alignment, I don't see any reason why signal will not, you can't observe the signal. Because
okay.
signal is always given. There is no way. I mean, like you ask for signal, it will be given. It's the problem is you are not able to observe it. And why?
Hmm.
Because your state is not in alignment.
Okay.
And that's what Preeti is saying. It takes time for us to be in that state of alignment when we are focused, fully focused, mind and body is together. When mind and body is together, you are in alignment. At that time, anything, any kind of signal that we can think of, you will observe it.
Okay.
Hot or cold, or a a puff of wind on your cheek, or movement of your leg, or anything. You will instantly observe because you are fully present there.
Hmm.
That is primarily the obstacle that most of the participants get. That's the reason
Even
they
I
can't.
had a lot of difficulties getting this yes and no signal because I'm very intuitive and my guidance are always, I would say, in that direction of unified or love and light. So that's how my thinking is. So I was having very difficult times. Even now, at times, I find it difficult. But what I did, I kept a yes on my left and now no on my right for a long time, for 1 year almost. And then I asked for a signal to, that I would try to hear more. So my ear will feel more sensation. One side of ear will feel more sensation on yes. So my yes side will feel more. My no side will feel less. So that is how I could, that create that signal. So other signal also, the negative signal or this uninvited influence signal, they will come on my right side where my no side is. My left side is yes, and it is always guiding me in that right direction for me. So that is how
Hmm.
I created it for myself by, where I spend most of my time. I will put one side yes, one side no, and I will recognize it. Subconsciously, I will recognize it.
And ultimately, you
Okay.
have to develop a trust. And
Hmm.
there are innumerable ways of doing it, though. And like some of these may seem funny. Say, for example, make 20 chits, 10 saying yes and 10 saying no. Put it in a bowl. Just take out one, and you will pick up the one which your intuition is saying.
Last year, Shalish did
Right.
special
That's what it is.
session on
Yeah.
yes and no signal.
This
So
is just one of the things. Or take a pack of playing cards. If you take a card out, if it's an even number, then it's a yes maybe. You can decide that for yourself. If it's an odd number, then it's a no. Whatever you decide, and then take out a card. You will
Okay.
intuitively go and pick that card which is going to give you the answer that you need. There are so many ways in which you could do this. But the thing is to develop a trust on your method, on your process, your
I
mechanism.
learned it from your session last year that you did.
Mm.
So we have that recording. We can share that.
So yes, for yes and no, there are multiple possibilities. Pendulum is another one. So many things are there. But yeah, you need to develop something that is more practical for you. You can't be you taking out a pendulum sitting in the bus, you know. You don't
Yeah.
want to do that, right? So you
Hmm.
have to develop something of that nature that would be built into your system.
Hmm.
That's why these techniques are being suggested, and if that works for you, fine. If it doesn't, then you can just kind of
Last year,
figure out
Shalish
something else.
created one
Yeah.
5 minutes or 1 minute video, right?
Huh.
That yes and no,
Yeah, it had
that
a
you close your eyes, you
flickering.
become
Yeah,
one.
flickering yes and no, and you put your finger, it will stop at whatever you want. Right? Yes or no, whatever and that when you put a finger on your phone, the video will pause, and whatever you see there is your answer. So that video is
Your
there
thought and
on
the
it's
answer in
there
the
on the
phone.
channel. Yeah, it's there on the channel. So it's a very small
We could
video.
have shared it even 11 week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm getting all the signals and everything is fine, but this is so. I thought, okay, I'll work
you
on that now.
you will, yeah. Just
Okay.
like I told you, the best way is to validate it.
Okay.
Set aside a time, dedicated time.
Hmm.
Okay, on Saturday and Sunday, this is where my focus will be.
Hmm.
Once you get up in the morning, make a set of things. Okay, Will my son wear a black shirt? Yes, no, whatever. Put some questions. Will he ask for such and such food for breakfast? Right? Write it down. And then
Okay.
find your yes and no answers for the whole day. He is going to come back in the evening at between 6 and 7. All that thing. Create such questions which have no implications. You have no
Okay.
bias in that. You have nothing to lose if something happens or not happens. Such questions which are neutral in nature, just write down those questions and write whatever your answers come from intuition and see whether that is right or not. Spend 2 days with that and you will develop confidence. Okay, this system is working. I now know it works. Right? You have
Yeah, yeah.
validated. Then there won't
Okay.
be any more doubts. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting it and I'm not that much like aligned with the body, and thoughts are everywhere. So I'm not like aware of that. Maybe I'm
Observe.
getting it. Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm not that
observation.
observant. Yeah.
Statistics will always create the confidence, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
gather statistics of your decision making process and you will know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, Gracie, you can unmute. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful meditation. And, sometimes I think that some experiences that you have in your life that makes you think who you are and where you are, what you need to work on, So like today I read the chapter, and that like reading the chapter is like gives you more understanding. And then your explanation on top of it, I was really in that state of mind. And then I'm going to do the meditation. So I'm really like in that state of mind. And as soon as I close my eyes, like within, I think, less than a minute, I see I see my hand with puri and suki aloo ki sabzi, and I'm eating it, and I'm opening my mouth in now I'm thinking like, where are you, Grace? What you just did, and what is your first experience? What do you need? You need to eat puri sabji? Go eat it. I don't know why that happened. But yeah, I opened my mouth and I ate it a couple of days ago. Maybe I didn't eat enough of that. So like, yeah, so that's just the funny experience that I wanted to share. And when in the chapter we were talking about this nervous system, and I really like that because every system in our body has its own function. Like digestive system has a different function, right? And the nervous system, the function is, as even the chapter says, like it's a computer of you, right? So like the all the ideas and everything, whatever you want, it's all floating around in the universe, even close to you, this, right, wherever. And if you want to, all you have to do is just catch it and utilize it in your life, right? So the nervous system, if your nervous system is strong, just like if your digestive system is strong, you will not have the digestion issues. So if the nervous system is strong, you will not have the issues of getting that information which is already there, which is already provided. And even the signals are provided. They are provided to you. That's your maybe the nervous system needs to be strong, you need to be calm, and then you would listen to that, to those, or you need to be more aware. You would listen to more uh, those signals and those informations that are ideas that are already floating around in the universe. So in that making that nervous system more strong, like practically you have to eat good, go exercise, do everything, meditate, be in the calm state. That's what my system and thing is.
Yeah. It's a good thought. Um, what he is talking about nervous system, to my understanding, is basically our system that can sense, right? The system that we have that can sense things, and that sensation is the information input into our system, right? That's how we gather information. So if my nervous system is focused, if it's alert enough, it will be able to pick up more signals than you would if you were scattered, right? If the mind is scattered, then you won't pick up on it. It's difficult to tune into a specific station. Okay? Tuning into a thought, tuning into a specific information is difficult if the mind is scattered. So if the mind is more focused, is more calm, peaceful, then you are able to easily perceive changes. That's your nervous system will be able to perceive the change. It will be alert enough or aware enough to perceive that change, and then you will gather that knowledge and information through that. So tuning it becomes easy.
And why did I have that puri sabji? Tell me.
You would
Maybe I need to.
know, you would know what it means for you actually.
You
It
are you are
really
celebrating Navratri Ashtami or kya?
Yeah,
It's
but
coming
at the
from your
same time,
childhood subconscious.
yeah, but at the same time, it happened to me so many times, so many times. At the same time, I opened my my mouth as if.
Even I have done that many times,
Oh
and
yeah.
I will sometimes gulp that as if I have drank something, but it's nothing. But it happens on that other plane, right, where you also exist.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nervous system, I'm just relating more because yesterday just I was on walk and there was a bee. It was like buzzing very close to me, and people generally get scared that it will sting and they run away. But I was just singing in my heart, enjoying my walk, and that seeing love in every tree and everything around. So that bee is buzzing and trying to get inside my head, and then I'm saying that you are also love and light. It's not leaving my aura, and then I just did like this, and I just like that shaking that love. The bee flew away, but my whole body, top to bottom, it had that sensation, that nervous system tingling, sending that signal that I experienced love. That bee was trying to shake that in me. So it was giving that, that experiential thing with this line that your onboard computer nervous system is there for you to feel love. And we usually do it, but we do not understand it. What happens when your kid or somebody who loves you touches you, and then how do you feel it, right? So it's that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good. Okay.
So Sheelamji wanted to talk, Anna wanted to talk. If it is not too late, you can still unmute and
Yeah.
speak. Yes, while listening music also we feel that.
Yeah. And
Thank you, Kirti.
each one of us connects to a specific type of music. Not everyone connects to every music, right? And music is nothing but vibration. So it depends on where you are vibrating. So at different times you will enjoy different music also, right? So sometimes you just enjoy the shairi and sad songs and whatnot, and sometimes you just don't like that. You just want the dancing songs and things like that. It's our state. Where are we vibrating? That is the frequency we enjoy. So that nervous system aligns us, tunes us with that. So it's up to us. We through that actually, say for example, if I listen, I'm hearing a song and it takes me into memory of something bad or bad experience, I don't like it, right? That means that I am not vibrating at that frequency. That's how you get tuned into your experiences of life. So music is a very powerful thing. It has and it's more like a science that uh, creates frequencies which take us to a level where we can enjoy. That's the purpose of the music. is to bring you to a state of enjoyment, bring you to a state of happiness. And that is basically elevating your vibration. So if you listen to a music and you are prepared, you hook onto that, you resonate with it, you begin to go in that flow.
And with music, it also happens that after a certain time, you don't want to listen it anymore.
Exactly.
Because
Yes.
we change.
Yeah. We change. We shift. Our physiological change that Preeti was mentioning is that only. Body has a natural vibration, right? And if you, in your mind, you are changing, shifting your vibration mentally, in your mental body, you're shifting vibration, body has to catch up. The body has to catch up, and that catching up takes time. That's where you have periods of pause. You don't want to do anything. I just don't want to do anything. That not wanting to do anything is a period of pause. Your body is saying, well, okay, hang on, don't go too fast. I'm catching up. I'm right behind.
Many
I'm
times
coming.
we stop getting any experience, and many times we feel like sleeping more longer hours, right? So when we don't even realize what happened, that sleep is so deep.
Yeah,
These are
it
all
is
those
all,
moments.
it's all catching up, right? So that's what this is. Yes, yes, Anna.
Yes, I wanted to just say thank you because Shelley, she said that thank you for staying with us for all these weeks. But I think it is both of you, the way you kept us engaged throughout the chapters, the explaining, the patience that, it's not easy. I was just thinking, we just think of the 4 English days of English, but you are doing it for Hindi as well. So day in and day out, this is what you're doing. So grateful for bearing with us answering all our questions repeatedly. There are so many times that so many of us are asking the same question in a different way, and you still take out the time to answer us. So thank you so much through these sessions, through the chats in on WhatsApp. So amazingly beautiful you souls are, and thank you so much. And today's chapter was so amazing. What a beautiful chapter. It was like the first chapter, right? The first chapter, like, kaise khol deta hai sab kuch. It just opened all our senses. This was another one which was like that. So it's so beautiful. Thank you so much for spreading Babaji's message in such a
Thank you.
beautiful, loving way. Your love is
Thank you.
just felt every moment. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
You
Thank
won't
you
believe
for
I have I've heard your audio so many times. The moment you shared it and till the time I created the video of it, and then still after that also, because it is such a touching chapter. We have been, especially because I've been guiding meditation, so that connection is always there. So it's like speaking itself. Master never speak about themselves. So it's like coming in that awareness. It fills our heart with so much gratitude. And the way you have read it with pauses and the feeling, sometimes your voice has that vibration that is like shaking vibration. So these are all that message, special extra effect.
But thank you, Preeti ji. This you only taught me because I remember the first time you told me to do it and I was not pausing. So you said give the pauses, So I think you gave me all the tips, and thank you so much for this opportunity also. I never knew that I could even narrate like this. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I
You,
am just amazed. She will record without a single error, no repetition, no mistake. How can she read all without error throughout the chapter? She will not edit anything. She will just, record and she will share. I am amazed. How can she do that? Wow.
But how do you
yeah.
know I don't edit? I don't know how to edit. That is a different thing.
I know. I know you don't know how to edit. That's why you
Yeah,
said
I
we.
don't know.
See, the fun thing is now, Anna, you are embedded in unified course.
Yes,
Your
true.
voice is going to guide so many people in the days to come, right? You are the voice of unified now, permanently there. That
Isn't it?
is a
It's such a
phenomenal
great
thing.
blessing. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
blessing.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And we all know that we have been preparing for it, unknowingly. It's just that aha moment, that seeing that one light. Okay, we were walking on this path to come to this point.
Yeah.
You know how this course happened to me? I communicate with Father Sun, the Sun God, early in the morning. I say my gratitude statement standing and talking to him. And one day I said, I need to know more. I feel I'm saturated. please give me some more information, some more guidance. And there, this course is,
Wow.
it comes somewhere and I just joined it. So it was
Wow.
my prayers answered.
Oh.
That's exactly how Roger got Babaji connection. Exactly the same way. He was also looking for an answer to his questions, and Babaji said, "Okay, I will help you." That's why we got this book. So it was not just Roger's questions, it was everyone's questions that got answered through the book. Yes, Induji. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, thank you so much. I
Thank
wanted
you.
to say thank you for you, Anna. I mean, Preeti ji, her music, her song, we take to the other plane, other dimensions. So beautiful, so blessed. I just couldn't stop telling it. So blessed. Thank you so much for all your patience
Thank
and
you.
all. My God, Anna's
Thank you.
story reading, everything. So good, so good. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sheelamji, yes.
Yeah, Atma Vandan to all.
Atman.
My sincere thanks to each one of you.
Thank
And
you.
I was just wanting to thank Anna and Nehaji. Have got so similar voice, and there's so much emotion when they read everything that it really makes it very interesting. I think it was really a God's blessing that we got such good participants. And I was just thinking, Pitriji, when you said masters think it's a burden, because I think, our times are getting bad. So they want to bring awareness of spirituality, which not everybody really is understanding the value. You understand? So they are like how much you both are trying day in and day out, trying to make it simpler, trying to make fools like us understand it, with repeated repetition of the same class and things. It is tough on you people. Though you may not ever complain about it, it is not easy. 7 days of the week without any rest, non-stop. You have been working for past more than 6 months now. It's just, I can't imagine how hard it must have been on all of you. So,
I'm happy to be hired, hired by that space.
what it just reminded me of a story where somebody asked Sai Baba, everybody who comes to you, do they get all, what you're trying to give them? He says, in a mango tree, there are so many flowers each blooming time. Do all of them become fruits? You know? So people who are earnest and who are sincere will want to somehow hang on and try to get onto it till they know that they have, understood what you've been trying to look for. So then the other thing I was remembering in medical college, they used to always tell us, what the mind knows, eyes can see. you know. So when we understood that there is love in every creation of God, so we saw that, we could feel the love. We started feeling appreciating. I was just thinking how true it is. Once we get to know the depth of meaning of each thing, it brings different values in our lives. So just wanted to share that. And I think Alkaji's question was there for many people, which was very beautifully explained today. So thank you so much. And thanks to Anna for her sincere dedication to the course, which helped us all of us too.
Thank you, Sheelam
Thank
ji.
you.
You've always been very encouraging. And I would like to say that we are all magnificent creations of love. And don't call yourself a fool.
No, no, we just talking
You know?
No, no, no. Hindi
So,
wala
Shailaji
flower.
and Preeti ji.
she meant the Hindi wala flower. Yeah, yeah.
Definitely looking at the brighter side, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
So
in
what
times, yes,
if
Shailaji.
if many people are having the difficulty with yes and no, what I can do is we can just run a 1 week of yes and no class.
Yeah.
If if everybody is ready, I will do 1 hour of yes and no every day or a week. Let us do it. After the course is over, we can do it. Okay, then let us see if that is beneficial. I will be happy to help with that, because that's a critical aspect of this entire course, right? So if people are struggling there, I would definitely want to help. So maybe once we finish the course, we will do yes and no for a week, right? I will help. I will create a program for you
Mm,
just for yes and
mm.
no.
That will be great.
Let's do it.
While
Shailesh,
explaining, I may not be, I was not able to put more clarity, but what I was trying to say that, we are opening our subconscious. So by having these body signal, it is like accessing more subconscious in very awareness, that with that awareness, we're just expanding. That 1%, 2% of conscious mind is now expanding to the remaining area. So slowly, this is the first step for that all-knowing intelligence, having access to everything, that heightened awareness of everything. It's just opening. It's like, we are stepping into it. So it's very crucial. I have realized it. Although intuition works, although my thought is telling me, but still I would still wait until I just get that vibration, clear vibration in the body.
Yeah.
Shailesh ji, I've got it, but still can I attend?
You are addicted to me, I know. There is no problem. Everybody can attend. Everybody is welcome. Yeah. We are all connected. We are all connected. So just don't worry. I am just not going away anywhere. I am right here. Whenever you guys want, I will be here. I will set up some regular sessions also, as you guys requested last week. I will set up regular sessions. Maybe once a week we will meet separately for English group. That I am going to set up. But apart from that, we'll do a week of yes and no. And any such thing, if you guys are struggling with, I will set up specific things for all of you. So never hesitate in asking, okay, this is not working for me. I want to know more. I'm here. I will help out.
Today we are talking about yes and no signal. I'm still getting message that work on forgiveness and self-acceptance more. Because that's where we are stuck and we are not in our heart space and we are not able to connect with our higher self fully. Integration is not possible until we are in separation, in that ego state. So remember that before you go for yes signal, we have to be in that state of, because the forgiveness happened before, self-acceptance happened before, then 11th chapter came with yes and no signal, right? So there's a reason. So you definitely have to have your heart space pulsating, that vibration, how long you can stay there, how can, with open eyes also you can feel. And then, that yes and no signal comes after forgiveness and self-acceptance. So maybe we can plan a series of these revision sessions, you can say. That's how weekly we can create some.
I will create specifically for this. I will create a separate curriculum, maybe what you call, and then we will do it. I will create the content for a proper, fruitful course, something that can give us results, actual results. So we'll do that. Don't worry.
And Shailesh ji, आपका एक गृहिणी वाला course भी है ना? That also we have to attend.
So cute.
You are holding me accountable, Anna.
Yeah. You are
Yes,
the one
yes.
that once this course is over, you'll introduce us to that.
Yes, yeah, he said that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
we cannot let you go. Yeah, we need that also.
So
Yeah.
we'll
We will.
help you form the curriculum now better because
I'm
you've got
really,
more rest to come.
when you guys ask me like this, I feel so much loved that you are all keeping me on track. Thank you. Thank you for reminding, and also keep continuing to remind me on things which I may miss, right? So please do that. I'm really glad you reminded me. I still have to work on it though. That's a very big thing to work on. I started creating content for actually that course at some point, and then it got lost in between. Let's do that. I will work on that.
It's gonna come up organically, Shailesh. You don't have to be whole course. Just start and then come up together. So it's yeah.
We already have an outline for that.
I
It's
created the
just
outline
we are too
already.
much occupied with unified because that's what Babaji's priority. So creating this podcast song and whatnot, that website thing. So these things are taking priority. Many other
And this
ways you can make that whatever we have learned, right? Now the book is complete. You may start forgetting already things. Yes, we may start forgetting things. So how can we bring that little flashes that you check yourself? So
But your
there are a lot we can work
good.
with on unified.
Yeah, yeah.
Podcasts are very good. Really,
There
very
is
well.
there is more coming. Don't worry. This beyond the podcast also stuff is coming. So we in the background we will continue to work in the same way as we are doing now. We are going to keep creating some of that stuff, more and more tools for you to make it easy to practice it, right? And once the practice is established, after that you don't need anything. Then tools are not necessary. You will be living just like the masters. Yeah. So yeah, Kumarji, you wanted to share something?
So, thank you, Atmabandhan Allmaster. I just want to thank you all, including Shaileji, Pritiji, all of them, all of us, especially. I'm speechless how much we get, from even today itself. It's a lot. And becoming the all master, it's like I was thinking during the conversation earlier, everybody sharing all master, and I was saying, are they Shalishi and Pritiji is a PT master? Are they doing PT master? Or they are training a drill sergeant or something? Make us to be next level, you know. Drawing, I was comparing. I mean, you cannot be in one part, one dimension. I would compare the multiple dimension. You are creating like us, like everyone. Master Speechless. You guys don't take any credit. So this is the richness of the unified. So I get that part. And Preeti mentioned the Annaji's voice have a different vibration. That's a next level, Preeti. You got that one. I know have a little bit also. This is just something else. I mean, you are completely resonating that, synchronizing that part. I noticed that part as well. So I appreciate you catch up those things. And Shelly mentioned energy is our unified next voice. Amazing. And she's ready. And the Griya Lakshmi is Shaileji, all the master. This is the next level. Okay, we are from South Asia. That Griya Lakshmi helped a whole continent, one continent, lift up as level as a unified. So that's why I really want to see all together to be in part. And thank you
Yes.
so much for everyone. That's
Yes.
I just want to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kumarji. And having said that, I can just tell you, in these last 6 to 8 months, I have had this thought many times that how difficult it is. That is why people come to their heart space and they try to live there, but it is so difficult. They leave this space. Do you want to leave it or do you want to stay? Then I say, okay, I want to stay. But at times it feels very difficult because the logical mind is so strong and the situation around and everything. Um, I was like also thinking, is it making me weak? How can I feel my heart is empowered? How at this point of time I'm not able to feel that. Then I'll ask Babaji to guide me. And then the next time have made a little shift. I have made my own, that consistent wanting, that seeking. I created that space in me and then I moved on. Okay, it is possible. Although, because I was also getting this idea that if I'm having this problem, many would feel that, right? So you be that first one who is experiencing this, knowing even though we are guiding, we are taking everybody together, but how I'm dealing with this situation where I feel uncomfortable to be in my heart space when at times. And now I know when all those moments are, it is difficult to be there. I feel like running away and leaving everything behind. But then again, it comes, we have done it so many times. Do you still want to run away? And then come back, stay with that consistent practice and feel that love. That is, you don't have to do anything. It's already there. You just have to be empty and then just be there. and then feel and then send love. And whenever you feel your heart heavy, whenever you feel tightness or feeling isolated, disconnected, um, just send love. And my heart is in state of forgiveness. That is the mantra here. And I claim and accept myself. Acceptance is the way to go, which I shared today in the meditation also. So it was like summary from all that hiccups I had at times during the course.
Preeti ji, I have never not wanted to stay in this place. This is such a beautiful space to be in the heart space. In fact, I'm uncomfortable if I'm out of it, because once that negative thought comes in, you're not comfortable. It makes you feel very, I don't know, kuch hota hai. Then you align yourself, in the heart space. So never, never, never have I felt that I don't want to be here. I always want to be in this
You
space.
have made a gradual practice, right? With gratitude, you have gradually come here.
Yeah, actually, with gratitude, that has helped me because I was already in that gratitude space very deeply. And so this was just taking me to another level.
So having said that, you will get a bigger challenge, Then the master presence comes, like Angulimal is standing in front of Buddha. This example may appear. Or the so crucifying Jesus, this example will come there. That I had those moments. Then I was saying what I shared, the Socrates stories. And so I'm not attracted to that or not afraid with any of that. But I know why. I have read it from many several texts, the books that previously also ascension was happening and people were trying to be in their heart space, their love space. But that feeling state is so difficult at times, sometimes because we don't even know what kind of feeling it is. And the more we start living there, we start to recognize, but initially when you shift transition, it's like you have eaten the entire buffet at once, and then you don't know what is in your mouth. So it was that kind of feeling. But then consistently I wanted to be here. I logically thought and stayed. I chose. I knew everything is working fine, but I want my answers. Not Do not even like, what's the difference when you say that man lo or ji lo? I don't want to man lo or ji lo because that's what we have been doing. I want to jan lo. I want to know. I just don't want to accept it because everybody is saying that it's been happening for ages. So know all your judgments. That was the guidance today, that why that judgment is there, because it is bringing something new in that moment. The demand and supply. You are not unreasonable. Your uniqueness is speaking in that moment. It is going to create something new. So know those judgments and do not judge yourself for that. That's important. And then once you get the message, right message, that message that will bring love or creativity in you, it will automatically fade. You just have to accept it as beautifully as we accept our love and light.
Good. Thank you, Masters, for all your beautiful messages, beautiful things that you've said. We are continuing to be here, continuing to work, and we are all together also in this journey. So just expect more things to come, is what I'm saying. More.
And with time, I can just see that it's becoming easier. It's just becoming easier with each and everyone sharing Patriji's technique of, that's sharing experiences. It's all our group consciousness collecting everyone here, and we are on this journey together. Really, you may not realize, just by being present here, how you are contributing to this entire mission of Babaji.
Yeah.
He also has his own, limitations where he is also working, not with his personality, but the readiness in our community, that on planet Earth, who is ready to take this further. And we all are part of that, even by attending, by presenting, by trying, by listening, paying attention, awareness, seeking, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. So let's call it a day here for this session. We'll get together tomorrow again, continue this journey, and yeah. So just practice what you have learned today. Uh, uh, give a little more thinking on this aspect of our existence, the light. Think about it a little more and understand the various meanings of this word light, various meanings in terms of understanding your own clarity. The more you think about it, the more aspects you will see of the same word. Right? And that's the beauty of this chapter.
Read
Knowing
and reread, and
yeah.
use your essence. No signal may be here also while you say, I understood this, is it correct or not? Get an yes and no signal. So that kind of, why the book says that you should use your yes and no signal or any signal for your highest spiritual growth. So this is the space you can try that also. Is my understanding correct? Read, reread, and make yourself available like 5 a.m. morning or 10 p.m. night when everybody's gone. You can talk to masters easily. Just stay there, available. So then you can make yourself practice more.
Okay. Thank you. So see you
Thank you.
guys tomorrow at the same time. We'll be